Hello and welcome. My name is Gail Moffat, and Tuesdays are my day where Saint Sebastian actually connects for us, and he's one of my healing guides, and he's quite extraordinary of his technical knowledge, and his knowledge about all things pertaining to health is quite extraordinary, and so I really enjoy his words. And don't forget, on Thursdays and Sundays, that's when God comes through and communicates his words. So let's, before we go to Saint Sebastian, if you're interested in my work and want to sort of be always kept abreast, then don't forget to subscribe and press the bell so that you can be notified if you press the bell. But also, if you don't press the bell, you can just find my channel easily. So let's go to Saint Sebastian. He's saying, I'm here, and he says that he is looking forward to today's talk because he has prepared his words and feels rather excited about the words that he's going to be giving us today. He says that, as you know, I have been spent many of my lives living in one way or another, relating to aspects of healing. And he wants to talk about a particular life that he feels helped him grow substantially in knowledge with regards to healing. And he's referring to a life where he was asked by a king to actually work within his court and basically give as many people within the court healing as their personal doctor. And he realised that this was quite a privileged position to have, and was rather excited to take on the role. And so he agreed to do this and became the king's and the court's physician. He found that on a daily basis, he would be summoned to one person or another who either had a mild fever or some sort of infection. And he said that his biggest problem when he was working in the court was in fact infection. And he says infectious diseases are something that in many respects have been virtually eradicated due to antibiotics. But he feels that he wants to say that infectious diseases of the time was very, very difficult, and he managed to he found it quite difficult to treat the many people with the problems. He's talking about herbs, and he says that one of the things that the court had is they had a garden where they grew all the herbs that were necessary for medicinal purposes. And many of the herbs were herbs that are unknown today, but were plentiful of the time. And he says that when he would go to see somebody, he would always be thinking of the herbs that could be given to the patient. And then he would go to the garden and collect the necessary herbs that he required to create a concoction that would perhaps alleviate some of the symptoms. And he's saying that for some of these herbs, they were able to alleviate the symptoms of infectious diseases. And he feels rather sort of proud to know about these herbs that are so prevalent in our world. And he says that other herbs he feels were rare, but actually probably on reflection didn't actually do much good. And he says that but the herbs that he feels that is very good for infectious diseases were herbs that either had would work in one way or another. But his favourite herb was actually one that grows wild and you can see everywhere, and he's referring to a dandelion. And he says that something that's not known about dandelions is that they actually can fight infection. And he would always recommend that if somebody has some sort of bacterial or infectious disease, that they should perhaps consider taking dandelion either in a root or leaves and brew in a tea or a coffee. And he feels that by doing this, you will actually, he's rather excited to say that he was able to witness some very, very positive results with dandelion. And so he wishes to share this information with you and hopes that you enjoy his words and his discovery that he made all those centuries ago. And he's looking forward to seeing you all next Tuesday. Okay, thank you. Right, so that's over to Gail, and I find that fascinating. Actually, I never knew about dandelion and working in that way, and so as the moment I get off of this camera, I'm going to be picking up my computer and Googling this and seeing what I can find out about dandelions. So I wonder if there is anything. I wonder if this is a modern day knowledge or whether this is something that's, you know, I do think that a lot of our knowledge from herbs has sort of gone. We've lost them in our pursuit with traditional medicine. Which is rather a shame anyway. But anyway, dandelion. Write down in the comments if you find out anything, or send me a link so that I can look it up, because that would be really nice to explore that. Thank you for watching. Okay, goodbye.